Well, welcome, MuddyTV cribs. This is my crib. Come on in. Well, before we start the tour, I wanted to introduce you to my husband, well-known auctioneer, Larry Davis. He can't be with us today, but I just wanted you to know this is a lot of Larry's personality in this house with his collectibles and his love of antiques, but it also shows you some of the love of my more modern look as well. For instance, over here, if you'll notice these fabulous, fabulous frames, this is a handmade lace fan, probably somewhere around 1890. But when this grand lady showed up at auction, I thought, you know, she looks like the type of person that would probably have one of those fans and sit in a chair just like this. If you're into collectibles like my husband has been for years, I kind of wanted to point this out. This beautiful, beautiful Bible was published in 1809.
Oh my gosh.
That is.
And look at the size of that print in there too.
I know. And think they read by candlelight, if you want to think about that. But if you really got, owl eyes, you could look at this particular Bible. Now this is the New Testament only. Now how you like that?
Entire New Testament in there.
The New Testament is right through there. So this is the original living room here, and over here was the original dining room. This house was built somewhere around 1949, 1950. It was only about 1,000 square feet, but as we go through the house, it's almost doubled in size through add-ons throughout the several years.
Did you all do that?
No, actually, a well-known attorney raised his son here, Mr. Martin Geisy, who also owns the infamous Made Right Sandwich Shop.
Oh boy.
I know. This is one of our favorite pictures that we show. There was an Italian artist. This goes back to right around 1805, and it's just called The Little Old Winemaker. And before the internet, my husband had to refer to collectible reference books, material, to research items that he was selling, that he knew the value, the age, etc., etc. So this is a small sampling of his library that he would use quite a bit to go ahead and determine the value of things, so we could bring the best price at an auction for the customers. Over here, this is a lady's writing desk. I wanted you to notice here, this is a little homage that we pay to our 16th president, President Abraham Lincoln. My husband is a huge buff and had a large collection of Abraham Lincoln, of which actually there is something right now that is going on that he has a priceless artifact of Lincoln, and it just may be in the Smithsonian someday.
And there's a steel penny also.
There's a steel penny.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? So what we're doing now is we're going to come into this area, which is the original kitchen. Now, if you see that large beam, that was actually where the initial house stopped. Over here, the initial house stopped right here. And through the years, this was converted into a breezeway and then enclosed and became a lovely dining room. What I like best about this is you can display your dishes, you can display some of your collectibles. It's a lovely place to have dinner, and it gives you a second entrance into the house here.
And that's out of the garage over there.
That is the two-car garage that was an add-on as well. So the kitchen was renovated completely by Larry and I about 15 years ago. All of the cabinets, all of the flooring. But what I really love is what the Geisys added on in this area here, which is another dining area, family room, and another fireplace. But as you can see in a little bit, we'll go take a peek and a walk through the garden if you don't mind.
Yeah, this is beautiful out here, and you've got plenty of windows for plenty of natural light.
Absolutely. So if you don't mind,
there's a refrigerator over here. We've got a tradition that we need to see what's in your refrigerator.
Okay, are you ready?
All right, let her rip.
Okay, are you hungry?
You know, I just had a sandwich, but I'll take a look at what you got.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, look at this.
All right.
We have chicken salad, we have pasta, we have lots of fruit, cheeses, and veggie. So there's quite a few healthy things in there. I like to entertain, especially in the summer when you see the patio, you'll see why. So I tend to carry a lot of the staples so I can put something together rather quickly.
Perfect. Oh, and some good stuff there too.
Oh,
right?
now you know, Randy.
There
Randy's
you go.
going to come back to the peanut butter
Okay.
cups, right? So,
Okay.
well, now we're going to go into the one and only original bathroom, and it's right here. I love the retro look with the black and white wall tile, but we enhanced it by adding the checkerboard black and white floor tile. Still love the kind of retro look, but you know, a touch of the new famous natural look as well. But yeah, it's quite functional.
And the basin's repro, but it looks like.
It fits into the need.
Sure.
I did want to point out all of these doors here. If you'll notice, they are intricately trimmed out and framed out. And I just painted a contrasting color so you can see that. So now you're going to go in where all the action happens.
Uh-oh.
In my office.
Oh, the office.
My office,
All right.
yes. Which was the original bedroom, okay?
This was a bedroom.
This was a bedroom, and
Not much space in here.
no, it was a small bedroom, but you know what? They didn't need a lot of space back
No,
then.
That's true. That's true.
So just some vintage looks there, which Larry and I both love. But I wanted you to note here on the wall over here, these are truly works of art. And Randy, you guessed what they were, remember?
We talked earlier. Yeah, they're weather vane pieces.
And it has ruby glass in them. But you didn't guess that.
I couldn't figure out what this one was. What is it? Tell us.
That was actually on the front of a beer barrel. Pretty intricate there, isn't
And
it?
that's metal too, isn't it?
Oh yeah. We got that at an auction, a competitor's auction, and fell in love with all these three pieces, and we just turned it into a wall presentation. And then let's talk temperance for a minute, okay? I fell in love with this picture. Again, we're talking about 20, I'm gonna guess on that.
Probably 20s, yeah.
Yeah. There's one of the temperance ladies, but then we have a lady, in my opinion, who is very high society when you look at her clothing and her style, and look at that phone. So again, we could probably guesstimate that around 1920 or so. But we're talking, you know, photos about 100 years old, something like that. And these are cute. Do you know what these are, Randy?
I do not.
These are ink wells.
Oh, okay, sure.
Aren't those cool?
Well, you don't have any ink in them. That's why I couldn't guess.
Should have done that.
There you go. All right.
Now I'm going to show you the master bedroom. This is actually a 3-bedroom, by the way. This too is an add-on, as well as the master bath will be. Again, I like to mix the old with the new and the trendy. Two of my favorite photos of all times are these two Cupid pictures. And she even has her bow and arrow and the bow and arrow. This would have been right at 1900 is my guess. The frames alone intrigued me. All hand carved. Hope the shadows don't distort it, but they're just spectacular. They kind of just speak to you.
Beautiful, yeah.
Aren't they cool? I love them. A lot of this furniture that you're looking at right now, auction.
Imagine that, right?
Imagine that. This particular suit came from Harvey's. Super high quality. I just always loved it. We've had it for quite a while now, but again, the world of auctions have changed dramatically, unfortunately, and you have been an auction goer through the years too.
Sure.
And you do understand that. So let's take a peek at the master bath. This was reconfigured and recently updated with this tile shower, which I think is a work of art, quite frankly.
Wow. I mean, yeah. Hate to even go in there and turn the water on. It's so beautiful.
And then I like to add the alcove there. Again, it's just a different touch.
Yeah.
I designed this alcove here and this mirror, and this is where I make myself look 20 years younger. Well, I wanted to give you a little background about Woodlawn itself. It's the first subdivision ever built in Quincy, Illinois, and it was platted in 1945. As I said, this particular house was probably about the fourth or fifth house built in Woodlawn. But here's the history, and I love this. In 1935, a Mr. Allen was recruited, I believe it was from Ohio, with his 5 children, to move to Quincy and be the construction supervisor of the Quincy High School on 14th and Main. So he moved his wife and his 3 children over here. And after he finished construction of the original high school on 14th and Main, he had fallen in love with Quincy. Nothing on Main Street from, I think, 24th Street on had been developed yet, believe it or not. So he built 5 of the Tudor homes that are on Main Street between 30th and about, what, Randy, 28th, something like that.
Sure.
And he absolutely fell in love with the area, and he became a well-known contractor. So behind those Tudor homes, he would walk the hills, the valleys, the Emery Creek, okay? And he realized there would be a great place to have Quincy's first subdivision. So he purchased all the land for the Emery Creek Drive and the Woodlawn Drive. It was one plat of land, but then he split it. And so many homes are on would be the west side, which is Emery Drive, and on the east side, which is Woodlawn. There's actually 25 homes here, but there's 38 lots, and the reason is every home in Woodlawn that actually sits on Emery Creek is a double lot, and they're huge, and it looks like a park in the back. So I thought that was incredibly interesting that Mr. Allen and his wife started Woodlawn and were the very first ones built.
And there's a bunch of paperwork involved
Well,
with
this
that
is
too.
intriguing. Okay, excuse my amateur drawing, but this is a layout of Woodlawn. This used to go through to Lincoln Hill, and then it was blocked off. And I think the reason, don't quote me please, was because the traffic was kind of uncontrollable, if you know what I'm saying. Now, as you come in Main, this is the Davis house, and see that road right there, which we'll look at later? That used to cut through to 30th Street to where the high school was. And unfortunately, it became a disaster of traffic control. There were accidents, there were people injured. Finally, in, let's see here, 1957, an easement was written, and for the sum of $1, the city gifted the inhabitants of this house and the inhabitants across the street the road. So it's a private drive now, and Mr. Hershinger, I believe his name was, lived in the north side, and Mrs. Place lived here in the small house. And so now that was closed off, and it is a private drive
So
right
you
now.
actually own part of the road in the city of Quincy.
I just feel privileged. Yes, I do.
And you got the whole covenants over
Well,
here, the original
this
covenants.
is the hoot, right? I think even Randy was surprised to hear this. But in 1945, these are the covenants written just for Woodlawn. And there's a couple that I think really are worth noting, okay? So there are no animals, birds, or fowls shall be raised for commercial purposes. The only animals allowed will be family pets, and you can't build any outbuildings of fences or confinement, and definitely no chickens, no pigs, no goats or cows are ever allowed. Of course, we do have some chickens in the neighborhood now, but you know, I do think this is written in 1945, so I would think there might be another document running around that has voided that out. But here's the really interesting one. Now, keep in mind it was written in 1945. It says, these said lots in Woodlawn shall be sold to members of the Caucasian race only. Thank goodness for all the fair housing acts that have been put before Congress and voted on, that we can let anyone in any type of residency in the state of Illinois, Quincy, and the United States.
Little bit dated on that, yeah.
A little bit dated, so.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's history, and it is what it is, and we move on, and we do better in the future.
I think we do. Can I invite you to the garden?
Oh, the garden? Yeah, I've heard so much about this. Let's go.
Okay, thanks.
You've got a great big light pole out here.
You know, that came from 8th and I believe it was Ohio? Yes. And it was a gas light. It came up for auction, of course, and Larry fell in love with it, and it's moved to every house with us that we've lived in Quincy. And of course, it's been adapted now to electric, but probably somewhere around 1860, I would say, something like that.
So that was an actual gas light.
Oh, it was an actual gas light. Absolutely,
wow.
It was.
Well, here's the garden we've heard so much about out
Well,
here.
I am proud of this because I think in a different shot you're going to be able to show them the before and the afters, if I'm not mistaken. Right. I have to tell you, I did style this off an English garden. It may look like a lot of labor, but believe me, the most time-consuming is the first 3 weeks of early summer or late spring, when you're clearing away all of the winter debris and trimming the dead, you know, out of the flourishing bushes. But this is our pride and joy. I wanted a fountain and found the one we wanted. Now you have to understand that this is really early in the summer, so the wall baskets will be 3 times the size with the draping sweet potato vines, and it'll look different in about, another 5 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that.
And they're all along the wall, all around.
They're all the way around the wall.
That'll be beautiful.
What I really love here, though, are the hydrangeas. You know, this was completely shade. But now, because of the care that we give these oak trees that are close to, would we figure 150?
100, close to 130 years old.
130 years old. We try to keep them as healthy as possible. So it's a pricey endeavor, but it's worth it to honor what these trees have heard and seen. And
you told me a story before we were on camera here about these trees and Tom Baldwin.
Well, what's really cool, if no one's ever heard of the name Thomas Scott Baldwin and his brother Stephen were not born in Quincy, but they were actually raised in Quincy. And Thomas was a daredevil. And as he got older, in his teens, he decided he wanted to master himself on the trapeze. He actually joined a circus and even traveled in Europe. So heights never scared him, but he was also an avid aviator and an inventor. Right across this fence here is 30th, and the Baldwin Elementary School sits up on the hill there. Well, that was many years ago, about 1880. Was called Singleton Park. Now you have to understand, you're probably in the cow fields and, you know, the farm fields of the outside edges of Quincy. He brought with him one of his favorite hot air balloons that he actually created, and he hosted a huge celebration. The balloon was called the City of Quincy, and on this particular visit in 1887, he decided that he was going to lift the balloon to 4,000 feet, which is 40 stories tall, and jump from there in a parachute. Now, it landed about a mile away, and they actually recovered it. I believe, you know, it was further than that. They recovered it in Perry, Illinois. But anyway, he did it successfully, and that really thrust him into his aviator popularity and him knowing Quincy so well. He's considered really quite the hero here in Quincy. So as we look at the garden, don't pay attention to the foam. I grabbed the wrong bottle. I was trying to get some of the algae out of it, and I grabbed the wrong. So we have a foaming.
You put some Mr. Bubble in there, didn't you?
I did that just for you.
Okay.
As you look at some of the lawn ornaments, again, they're old. The kitty cat is really pretty old. As we have around this tree, If you'll notice, I have peach on today because this year I picked the colors of orange and blue and lime green to focus as far as the palette of this year's garden. I change it every year, okay? So if you'll turn around, this is where we spend a lot of our time. We love it out here.
Big heavy-duty old stone wall there.
Well, that stone wall is original, and that stone probably looks pretty familiar to you, Randy, right?
Yeah. My foundation of my home looks exactly like that, yeah.
I believe that came from the Menke Stone Company, if I'm not mistaken,
Okay.
which is very popular here. So as you can see on the wall, though, I favor the hostas. I have several different styles and colors, and some are sun hostas, some are shade hostas, but no matter what, it's something you can just add annuals to. And then we have Miss Athena here, as you can see. I must tell you, when this lights up at night, it is truly stunning. And we love to entertain, as you saw in my refrigerator, right? Looks like the sun is right on those petunias over there. And did you happen to notice that I've got things ready for our Moscow mules?
Boy, we're ready for a party, aren't we?
We're ready for a party, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, Deb, this has been a great tour through your house, and I love your garden and everything about your place here. Anything else you want to add to it?
Yeah, I'm going to pay you your 2 peanut butter cups, and would you just get out of here now, please?
It's time to go?
Leave.
Well, at least I got something out of it
I got
this
things
time.
to do.
All right. See you later.
Bye, Randy.